Question for the day. How do you define, or what to you is happiness? Think about it. I've asked that question to quite a few people this last few weeks. Last week specifically. I know it's scary. Some people struggle to answer it because, I don't know, we're caught up in a very, very strange world right now. What is happiness? How do you define happiness? That's your question of the day. So leave me a message, or send me a direct message, or leave me a comment on this post. What is it? It's different for all of us, but how do you define it for you right now? So, anyway, another thing, so I'm getting ready to travel, right? I'm going up to Svalbard, one of my favorite places in the world. And yesterday evening I was speaking to a client who was also planning to travel, and the idea of trying to manage going on a holiday, I'm not going on holiday, she is, but not to see it as a holiday, because a vacation means throwing everything out the window. I can drink everything, eat everything, to still have some form of discipline, if you will, and even if especially if you're doing creative stuff, photography and so on, writing. And we started a conversation, well, we ended our session with this conversation, and it's something that I've thought about many times. A couple of weeks, months ago, I think I wrote in my newsletter, or it was a video, I can't remember. But whenever you go to a place, a special place, a holiday, whatever it might be, there's always that moment when you leave, and I know I do this, when you leave, you've got the car packed and everything, and then before you leave, before you leave the hotel or whatever it is to the airport, you go and you stand and you look at the place, and you just, I wondered to myself, am I going to ever see this again? And I think in there, maybe there's gratitude, maybe there is longing, maybe there's hopes, whatever it is. But, and this is the conversation which I quite enjoyed last night, and something I'm going to explore a bit more. Aha moments. Now, I know I worked for Canyon Ranch, the spa company out of the States, many years ago. And their big thing was, during one stay at the spa, each guest/client had to have an aha moment. Now, that could be suddenly they click how nutrition works, or suddenly an exercise makes sense, or suddenly just an aha moment. If you could get one during a stay at the spa, then you were good. And anyway, so the aha moments we spoke about yesterday is, I've had this many times, and I've had it in almost every destination I've ever been to. I've had it in basketball games when I'm watching NBA at the arena. I've had it in Svalbard. I've had it in the Mara. I've had it in Hogsback a couple of weeks ago. Is sometimes in life you're busy with something. You can be with people. You can be in an amazing place wherever. You can be on your own. But there's this moment where you think to yourself, and things just come together, and you think to yourself, I need to remember this moment. I need to remember this exact now, how I'm feeling, where I'm at, what I'm thinking. I need to remember the now. And we never can. I've done it many times, and I often, once I was in the Mara and I stepped aside with all of our guests in the front, kind of doing the thing, and there was just a feeling, and I need to remember this moment, how I'm feeling right now. And you say it to yourself, and you say, I need to remember this. And I try and go even, okay, it's the 27th of August, it's 10 o'clock, I'm wearing this bright green jacket, I must remember this moment. And then down the line, when you try and recall that moment and what you felt, it's tough, it's hard. And I think, and the discussion we had last night, and I think the important thing is that those moments that we so desperately try and hang on to, if you're not living in the moment, if you're not savoring every little experience, you're going to miss out on even experiencing them. We cannot remember. I can remember in Svalbard one year, 2018, 17, whenever it was, I set my alarm for 1:30 in the morning because we all went to sleep. I set my alarm. I went out on deck and I was standing there just to kind of just be and kind of experience it. And I thought to myself, I need to remember this exact moment, this exact feeling. And I can remember I went there and I went for the moment and I told myself, but I cannot channel that exact moment because, I don't know, it's fleeting, it's gone. And that's why I think living in the moment. If we're so worried about what other people think, and we're so worried about the fucking future, and what if this and what if that, that we don't even recognize those singular, beautiful moments that we should be remembering. I've gotten to a stage where when I have these moments where I think, fuck, I need to remember this. And sometimes it's with someone, sometimes it's on my own. Anyway, it could be a beautiful sunset, it could be anything. And I think, I've got to remember this. I've started making notes and said, Monday the 27th, sunrise, this song was playing, I was wearing that, whatever, to try and make it as visceral as possible. Still, down the line, you can't. You remember you wanted to remember something, but it's gone. And often when we plan things, when we do things, it's, we go for, and depending on your approach to whatever trip you're going to do or experience you're going to have, we go for fun, joy, awe, learning, risk, connecting, sharing, experiencing, laughing, all of those things, creating. These moments that we desperately try to remember sometimes, they take place in between all of that. Like I can remember, for example, in 2013, a bunch of us from Wild Eye went to camp in the Tuli, and we had amazing jokes and moments, and I can remember every single one of them because it was almost a highlight moment. It peaked. But all those things in between, and I remember as well, there I had one. I woke up at like 3:30 in the morning, and I looked up at the stars. We're sleeping outside around a fire. And I look up at the stars, and I'm just like, I need to remember how I'm feeling right now, what I'm thinking right now. I can tell you I want to remember the moment, but I can't grab it as real as possible. And I think that's something that for me, and both my travel clients from Wild Eye and my coaching clients, I think it's something very important. It's don't just focus on the highlights, on the moments. It's the moments in between the moments. And to make yourself aware of those things, and I do it often, say to myself, I need to remember what I'm feeling like right now. This feeling of joy or even sadness. I remember when I recently had to put Ziggy down. And when we put Rocky down a year and a half, something ago, also came home, and that evening I was having a whiskey outside, and it was fucking heartbreak. And I remembered to myself as well, I said, I must remember this moment. I need to remember what I'm feeling like right now, because in the future I can pull value from it, I can pull strength from it, I can pull context from it. I remember I had the moment, but I can't remember the moment, if it makes sense. That went deep quickly. Anyway, so yeah, it's those moments in between, I think. It could be anything, but anyway, moving on. Okay, so your question of the day is, what is happiness? If you want to comment on the moments as well, go for it. But what is happiness to you? What does it look like? What does it look like? Anyway, what else? I am going to quickly, I've got a client now on Zoom. Then I'm going for a breakfast. I'm picking up my OM-1 from Olympus, which I'm going to be using as Farbot. Super psyched for that. I'm doing a video on that later today on the OM Systems, name's changed, feed on Instagram. I'll be sharing that out on Instagram. I'm doing a podcast with Apple Sammy. I have got another coffee meeting downstairs, and then I'm training this afternoon. So yeah, it's busy. I'm traveling on Sunday, and I wanted to actually, when I was driving in, I was thinking to talk about social anxiety and stuff. I'll do it in the newsletter tomorrow. But for the first time in a long while, I have this underlying anxiety about travel. Nothing huge, but I'm not used to it. It's weird. Very much looking forward to it. So it's just there. It's like a pebble in the shoe type thing. Anyway, I'm going to get going. I'm going to get this video live. I've got to prep for my session, and I will then see you. I'll definitely be doing some of these as and when I have signal over the next few weeks. But for now, question of the day. What is happiness to you? Have a great day, guys. I'll chat to you later. Bye for now.